Namaste. Welcome to a studio of Ahmedabad Management Association. Friends, we have been celebrating this technology to spread the knowledge, awareness for social reason, for some professional development, entertainment, education. Today we are bringing up a new concept or a new idea or a new topic which we all know but we don't know. What is that? We feel that, we breathe that, we want that, but if it is seen, we get a little bit frightened. What is that in our life? That one word can change, make, or break the life saver. Friends, when the whole world is celebrating the cause of blood donation, we are here to talk about it for a man behind making it global from Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is considered to be one of the first five cities across the globe to do a blood donation activities over the society and across the globe. Let us talk, interact, and understand the journey from Mr. Mukesh Patel, who has been inspiring source, the backbone, and the blood behind blood donation camp or blood donation drive. Sri Mukesh Bhai, welcome to Ahmedabad Management Association studio.
Thank you.
You and Red Cross Ahmedabad, you have been a synonymous name across these activities. The one and first question, what inspired you about 5 decades back when you were in college and started this journey?
Unmesh bhai, as you said, when we talk of blood, we talk of life.
Yes.
And what always, in fact, what was true 50 years ago, it's even true now. I always used to tell myself when I was a young boy, from 16, in fact, I must say in the lighter vein, I broke the rules. One could start at 18, but I was healthy and I said, why not jump the queue and do it 2 minutes early, 2 years early? See, we have no substitute of human blood. Just imagine, we have gone to the extent of test tube babies. We have conquered the moon and the Mars. But have you ever heard of anything like synthetic blood? And have you ever heard that a human life can survive without blood flowing in your veins and arteries? No. So, this was always there, that blood donation, in fact, perhaps this is the only donation, I keep on telling all my friends, where the giver does not lose anything. And the receiver, for him, it means the whole world because it's life for him.
Yes.
And today, fortunately, at the Red Cross, as we are celebrating the World Red Cross Day on May 8th, this is the message we say that a blood donor can save up to 4 lives because of the components that technology has enabled us to make. So when I was a student uh, in my early, commerce faculty days, I plunged into blood donation and Red Cross and Youth Red Cross. And I've never looked behind. I'm so happy that it's been a journey of 53 years. And fortunately, I have been here in Ahmedabad. And you talked about the Ahmedabad Management Association. We always refer Ahmedabad as the management capital of India.
Yes.
But then Ahmedabad has one more introduction, and that is Ahmedabad is also known and proudly acknowledged as the blood donation capital of India. And this title was given to us, Ahmedabad Raktadaan ki Rajdhani hai. Today, I remember this because Operation Sindoor this morning. And it was none else but Lieutenant General Shekatkar who said with pride when he came here and spent time when we celebrated the Diamond Jubilee. So Ahmedabad and Gujarat, they have a distinct pride in this.
Yes. No
But
doubt about this pride. And here we are in conversation with Mr. Mukesh Patel. We are celebrating World Red Cross Day, also the Thalassemia Day. At Red Cross, given the world-class facility and taking care of thalassemia patients, uh, I have figured out one thing with you in your assignments that if I say it in Gujarati that ઉત્સવ બહુ ગમે છે. એ ઉત્સવનો ઉત્સાહ ક્યાંથી આવે છે? So how do you make the activity convert into a celebration and then create a pool of people to be in support with you and to the society?
Umesh bhai, I believe that whatever you have to do, if you do it with the inner sense of joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction, it gets translated into whatever you do. And at Red Cross, this is what one thing we have shared amongst all our staff, our social workers, our blood donors, our blood donor institutions, that do it with a feeling of pride. In fact, what Ahmedabad has achieved, I think with all modesty, but at the same time with all pride, I refer to as Ahmedabad being the blood donation capital of India. But Ahmedabad is also known as the global hub of centurion blood donors. You'll ask me how. Before
How?
I come to
Yes.
thalassemia,
Yes.
let me get into some statistics.
Ji.
And here I am not analyzing the union budget
Union budget.
or talking about tax.
Correct.
But I am talking about hardcore achievements of the Ahmedabadis and Gujaratis. And let me tell you, Ahmedabad is, as you mentioned, amongst the top 5 cities. And what has given us that status? I must share some very interesting facts and figures. Globally, if you take the total world population, we have a figure what we call as a blood donor to population ratio,
Yes.
BDP.
BDP.
So, of the total population of the world, the number of blood donors, when you translate it into a percentage term, it is 1%. It comes to 1.5% as far as precisely the global figure is concerned. When we talk of India, in a population, our number of blood donors, out of 140 crores, the total number that we have is 1.4 crores, which is just 1%. 1.5% for the world, 1% for India. Imagine what is the figure of Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, against this population of 61 lakhs, as per our last figures of 23, yes, we collected 2,45,000 units of blood from, yes, blood donors. It is 4%. So we are 4 times the national average, close to 3 times the world average. And between 4 to 5% are the top 5 cities of the world. And therefore we rank amongst that is a matter of pride. When we translate this into terms of timeline, you take your 2,45,000, divide it by 365 days, each day for 24 hours, 1 hour, 60 minutes. Then every 2 minutes, one Ahmedabadi is donating his blood.
Wow.
Imagine.
Wow.
2 minutes, one Ahmedabad. Even the fastest blood donation would take 3 minutes. So that means if it was a relay race, as they have, before one has even completed and given, the other is ready to give.
True.
So this is what we say, akhanda raktadan.
Akhanda Rakta.
And jab ye akhanda raktadan, it gives you that sense of pride. Then everyone who comes to the Red Cross to donate, we want to be part of the akhanda raktadan.
Yes.
I was talking about the global hub of centurions.
Yes.
For Ahmedabad and Gujarat, it's a matter of pride. In fact, it's a matter of pride for India. And I'll talk how and why.
Ji.
We are, as Ahmedabad, the only city in the world, I'm saying, market, and that has been certified, which can boast today, and the number is growing, as on date, 138 centurion blood donors. And a centurion blood donor is one who has given more than 100
100
times.
times.
He's a centurion. No other city, in fact, has anything close to even half the number. And this has grown. I'll just talk about how the organic growth has taken place. In 2002, I was president of the Red Cross. I just started my term from 2001 to 2012. It was an 11-year term. In 2002, I was completing my century. And I thought, let's do something new and different. And that is when this idea of establishing a Centurion Blood Donors Club came. That time, I was the 25th in Gujarat. In Ahmedabad. 25th in Ahmedabad. Gujarat has even many more. But 25th in Ahmedabad, and we founded this small little club. And today that club has 130.
Wow.
And with the kind of plasma donations and donations of your SDP, the platelets, etc., you can give at much faster frequencies, not just once in 3 months. Can you believe it? Ahmedabad today has 3 double centurions. 1 triple centurion is knocking the door. The first handicapped centurion, not the Viklang, what we call, he came from Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad today has 5, and all the 5 lady centurion donors are from Ahmedabad. The first centurion, you can name the records. In fact, talking about records, very interesting, Unmesh bhai. And all these events, I'm very happy. My formation of the Centurion Blood Donor Club, and we celebrated the century of centurions again at AMA. These were all events held at AMA. So it's very nostalgic being here in our own studio today and talking about it with you.
Correct.
In 2017, today we are 138. At that time, we were crossing 100. The Honorable Governor of Gujarat, Shri Kohli was here, and we celebrated. But I said, we want to do it. What you mentioned, umang, utsah, kaik navinta saath, creativity, bring it. So I approached Sachin Tendulkar, the master blaster, through a friend of mine. With a request, I said, Sachin ji, you have hit 100 hundreds. So you enjoy this record of century of centuries. And here, 100 donors we are crossing who have all donated more than 100. So it is a century of centurions. We would like you to give a message. And he gave a minute's message on the social media. It went so viral. Millions of likes. And I recall his words. He said that I have, through my century, entertained people. But each one of you have, through your century, saved people's lives. So he said, your centuries carry a greater value. Now, what a great motivation. When a centurion blood donor receives this pat on the back from none else but the master blaster, how charged he becomes. And the finest compliment, after which we started using this as the only city and the global hub of centurion blood donors. We have an international federation of blood donors and blood donor associations. It has 82 countries in its fold. And the president of it currently is from Algeria. And he came here early this year on 13th of January when we were celebrating 1 year of our new World Blood Center. And he was amazed to see our facilities and records and everything. And he said, Mr. Patel, you are saying that Shekatkar mentioned and gave you the title of blood donation capital of India? I say I have traveled to all my member countries, 82 of them, but I have not seen anything what I have seen here in Ahmedabad. You are blood donation capital of the world.
World. Wow.
It was so heartening, coming from him. So I think, as you said, then
Yes.
it becomes a snowball rolling effect.
Correct.
And I think the entire, when I look at our 50 years of the glory and the movement, of course, we've had contributions from great stalwarts, Basant Karyalal Vani, Vishnu Ganesh Mavlankar, L.G. Doshi, and so many of them. But it has all culminated and grown into what we call as when you experience the pride of doing something.
Yes.
At AMA, I always say
Yes.
how charged up we feel
Yes.
every time we get the award,
Correct.
and there is no end to it.
End to it.
When we are acknowledged as the best management association in the world, we are told that no other association, including our parent association, has got such beautiful, spacious facilities as
Correct.
AMA.
Correct.
So these are things, to answer your specific
Yes.
question, that has taken us ahead.
So, man converting activity into celebration, uh, the magnificent personality or the unique way to present or the soulful ideas which he is creating, the engaging conversation which he creates with the society, the humanistic approach, everything. How do you build up this institutionalized idea with also some unique ideas of mascot? Because you at Red Cross have brought the mascot idea, which is very popular, and those two words, of course, I would like to listen it from you,
Yeah.
which has become a global word for the mascot and the activity. While I'm asking you, I have a
Yes,
goosebumps because I have read that, I've heard that.
Unmesh bhai, uh, sometimes
Yeah.
I think, how do these ideas come? And on the sidelines of Red Cross or EMA or whatever, I would say, if you want to do the very best with your total dedication, and I use three words for that, and I always say it, if you have been able to imbibe this in the true sense, it is Lord who keeps on inspiring you, driving you, and giving you the strength. What are these three words? One, vision.
Yes.
Second, mission. And third, passion. When you have the vision, mission, and passion for a cause, I think it is the Lord who takes over and inspires you. So sometimes in retrospect, when I think so many ideas, mascots, theme songs, creative projects, and I'd like to talk about them because I'm talking to my own Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, and even the world, and how happy we feel about it.
Yes.
So let me tell you, these mascots, we have named them. One is Sher Dil,
Yes. Share dil.
and Sher Dil was born in 2009. This was during my tenure of the 11-year term that I enjoyed as the president.
Yes.
We had come up to these levels of, being, of course, leading the nation in voluntary blood donation, and we said we want to be known differently and distinctly. So I said to myself that every blood donor who gives blood must feel that sense of pride. How would we do that? So linking it with our own Gujarat and linking it with blood donation, the idea came, let's coin the word Sher Dil.
Yes.
Now Sher Dil, as we know in Hindi,
Yes.
literally,
Yes.
Sher is lion, and
Lion.
lion symbolizes Gujarat,
Correct.
and Dil obviously is the heart, large
Hearted.
hearted. Sher Dil in Hindi,
Hmm.
you know,
Yes.
they say Sher Dil hai banda.
Haan.
He's a large-hearted guy.
Correct.
Now, who's a large-hearted guy?
The one
Who
who
will give?
donates.
Who will give without any expectation? In fact, I remember when I was in college, Father Wallace, he used to, today we have Sister Shivani, as our goodwill ambassador. In those days, Father Wallace was our goodwill ambassador, and he used to say the beauty of blood donation is that any other donation you know to whom you are giving. Here, you are giving blood, you don't know who will get life.
Get it.
And the person who is getting life doesn't know from where. I'll talk about the thalassemia children a little
Yes.
later.
Yes.
But this is a beautiful message. So, vision, mission, passion gave birth to Sher Dil. And we made this, what I call as Sher Dil.
Share them. Yes.
That became our mascot.
Correct.
And then later on came Care Dil, because we are not just promoting blood donation, we also take care of what you said, the thalassemia. And for the thalassemia children, we said, or not just thalassemia, for any blood disorders, whether it is thalassemia, hemophilia, leukemia, anemia, all these patients at Ahmedabad Red Cross, we have a spacious blood transfusion center, a state-of-the-art blood collection center also. So our pavilion, which collects blood at our blood center, we call it as Sherdil Pavilion.
Correct.
And the plaza at which, we are transfusing blood with utmost care and concern, we have called it as Caredil
Caredil.
Plaza. And
So
Sherdil
journey
is
from
the
Sherdil to
gentleman
Care.
and Caredil is the lady partner. They've just gone so well. Similarly, in 2000, I distinctly recall in 2008, I just happened to meet Manhar Udhas, Pankaj Udhas, on a small social gathering. And Pankaj Udhas was a great champion of the cause of thalassemia care in Mumbai.
Hmm.
So I said, Pankaj bhai, have you written or sung anything for the cause of blood or blood donation? Nahi, Mukesh bhai, but someday if I am asked, I would love to. So I knew that it's very difficult for us to get him sing for us, but at least I said, let's make our song and the two Das brothers will come and release it in a glorious manner. And that's how, in 2008, again talking about celebration, Unmesh bhai, we had this event, what we called as, where every blood donation is a celebration.
Yes.
With that theme, we had this song, and the song was, I'm so happy, was written. In those days, he said, Mukesh, you'll have to give me the clues because
Yes.
Kavi ne aa બધા વિચારો કેવી રીતે, how will the poet think about this? I said, sir, we'll feed you with thoughts. And it was none else but Padma Shri Tushar Shukla. He wrote the words, Aao sau sahayogi baniye Raktadan Abhiyanma. And then he captured all these thoughts, Raktadan che, Jeevan Shaili, Garvi Gujaratni. It's a lifestyle, where every Gujarati or Ahmedabadi has made blood donation a way of life. And in this song, we captured the fact that whether, in fact, it is on record that in Ahmedabad, weddings are celebrated with the slogan, Kanyadan se pehle Raktadan.
Raktadan.
Blood donation first and then giving the daughter.
Correct.
Even when they are mourning, Besana,
Yes.
people invite our Red Cross van to be there. So people come, mourn, and at the same time, the family and the close friends, they don't. So whether it's an occasion of joy or sorrow, still it is commemorated in a very unique way. Whether it's a birthday, whether it's an anniversary, what a wonderful way to say. And if every blood donation becomes a celebration. So from that, Sherdil, Caredil song and the Gujarati song, we easily then also, took it up into Hindi. And everyone, this song was composed by the Khandekars. And I'm glad, that the whole family, in fact, from my own home, my wife, Hema, along with Vasanti Ben, they sung the song. Sudhir Bhai, composed along with the young Anupreet, and we came out with a beautiful song
Correct.
in Gujarati, in Hindi, and we were even then and now also the only Red Cross or the blood center or activity organizer who has a theme song on blood donation, which we play with pride on all occasions. And the latest, I'm very glad that even I played a small role into it. Let's care and share and make life a celebration.
Yes.
That's the lyrics that I penned, because it was always a dream that, I should write something on something that I have been totally dedicated and committed to. And I'm so glad that this peppy song, Let's Care and Share, it's been just about a little over a year, but that has gone viral around the world. And now at Red Cross, we are not just promoting blood donation alone. We are also promoting organ donation
Yes.
because, when you pass away, what is it that you are taking with you? Nothing. Then why just leave ashes? Why not? Because when you pass away, your organs can give a new life to as many as 8 persons. You know, your eyes, your kidney, your heart, even your lungs, small tissues. So,
Can be
we
helpful.
have made a slogan, Jeevan Paryant Rakdan. All your life, blood donation.
Blood donation.
Anta Samaya Andadan. When you leave life.
Wow.
So, keep giving even while you live. And therefore, one of the lines in this beautiful song of Let's Care and Share we have, that even when you pass away, you are leaving something. So let's care and share the gift of life.
Yes.
And we say that when you share the gift of life, you are living a new life. Because even after you pass away, through somebody, your organs, will. So I think the very concept of this blood donation, organ donation, when you give, you are not impoverished in any way. You
Yes.
don't lose anything. In fact, Justice B.J. Diwan, he was the first Centurion blood donor, Umesh Bhai, in Ahmedabad and Gujarat.
Mm.
And Diwan Saab, always, I had the pleasure of working with him. I was treasurer of so many illustrious presidents of the Ahmedabad Red Cross. Justice B.J. Diwan was one of them. Dr. Bihari Kanyalal was another. And Chandrakant Jagabhaiwala worked with Vishnu Ganesh Mavalankar. But everyone, and particularly Justice Diwan used to say that if you keep on giving blood, it in fact improves your health. And
Your
as a
health.
matter of fact, we've done a lot of research that those who are regular blood donors, there are very few cases of cancer.
Yes.
Somehow that's the law of nature, whatever it be.
Correct.
If somebody is giving blood regularly, he has a minimum complaints of having cold or fever or whatever. So that's what it is. So you are giving, and you don't lose anything. We used to have, you
Yes.
remember Swami Adhyatmanandi.
Adhyatmanaji.
In
Yes.
fact, celebrities, our Centurion Blood Donors Club had so many celebrities,
Yes.
And again, interestingly, we were at Ahmedabad Red Cross, we had another very unique feather in the cap, because I started at 101, I completed, because of age, I had to retire at 151.
Wow.
But my secretary at the Red Cross, who was there with me all along, Mahesh Bhai Trivedi, he was also Centurion blood donor. So we were acknowledged as the only pair of Red Cross president
President
and
and secretary.
secretary, both Centurion blood donors, and we were the only in the whole world as a
Correct.
Red Cross branch. So, that leading by example, motivation, all these things, they just go ahead. I'll just take 2 minutes. I've spoken quite a bit on blood donation,
G.
and we'll talk of finally some of the new features Ahmedabad must visit our Red Cross Blood Center and take a look at.
Yes.
But before I come to that, you mentioned about thalassemia.
Yes.
And thalassemia is a cause that we started championing since 1983. And again, we have an acronym that I coined. We call it as a thalassemia cap mission, CAP cap.
Mm.
It's easy to remember because
Yes,
we make those caps and make everybody wear. And
correct.
what is this cap? It's care, awareness, and prevention.
Prevention. Wow.
Because thalassemia is the only blood disorder, or perhaps the only disease, we may say, which can not just be, taken care of by way of blood transfusion, but if we create the awareness, we can prevent it also. It's simple. And for that also, we took up a very innovative way of doing it. Now, thalassemia, as they say, is because the child, when the child is born, is a thalasssemic child, he just doesn't come by accident.
Mm.
In all probability, the parents, if they are thalassemia minors, then 1 in 4 chances are the child will be a thalassemia major.
Mm.
So, what precautions can we take? Science has shown that, okay, if it's a love marriage, it's a different thing, because love transcends everything else. But if it is an arranged marriage, we have this matching of kundalis,
Onlys, yes. Horoscope.
so horoscopes. So we say that Janma Kundali ni સાથે Rakta Kundali પણ મિલાવો.
Milao.
All that you have to do is when you are matching horoscopes, Mangal che, Nathi, this, that, etc., Saturn and Uranus and whatnot, take care to see if you can avoid 2 thalassemia minors getting into a wedlock, then you have done the first job. Presuming that the marriage takes place, what next? Then, when the child is conceived, at that stage also the prenatal testing, and that's legal, that can be looked into. And as I said, 1 in 4 chances. In fact, Amitabh Bachchan is one of our brand ambassadors for the thalassemia care awareness because he says that both the parents, he and Jayaji, they were thalassemia minors. Touchwood, he said he didn't have any child who became. But realizing this, he became
The brand ambassador.
our big, canvasser for this cause. So we are trying to do this. This is on the awareness and prevention. On the care part, as I mentioned, we have 1,200 children who are adopted, and we are again the only center all over the world who has so many children who are receiving blood round the year. And it's so touching and moving because when these thalassemia children, they come and they live. Unmesh bhai, you'll be amazed. 83, today 42 years. A boy who started taking blood in 1983, he's 42 years today, he's an entrepreneur. He's a double graduate and having his own factory, metal production. So heartening. We have double graduates. There was a time when children did not live. Today, children not only live, they study, they graduate, become double graduates, they get into regular wedded life, and they live normally. Of course, the cure, there is a permanent cure which is bone marrow transplantation, but it's a little expensive.
Yes.
But it's so heartening. And when these children, they speak, literally tears roll out because they say, thank you, blood donors. It is because of you that we are surviving.
We are survived. Correct.
And these thalassemia children, there was a girl who used to give this example. Think of your car. And if you do not put fuel in the car, will your car run? If we do not put the fuel of blood in our bodies, and by changing that blood, in 3 weeks or 2 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on the age, we will not be able to go an inch. So they survive because of this. And therefore, again, this thalassemia cap mission we have taken up, and we are very, very deeply satisfied that we're doing something phenomenal, on the thalassemia care front. So today on this Red Cross Day, when we talk of blood donation, the pride of blood donation, what Ahmedabad has done on that front, when we talk of the thalassemia care awareness prevention mission, when we talk of organ donation and what we have taken up, Umesh bhai, this is something which is absolutely deeply satisfying. And
Satisfied.
we have, it is because of my, passion for photography. I have dedicated so many of my pictures and inspirational quotes and everything at Red Cross facilities. But one thing which has always remained there is what I, as a lawyer, have called it as the universal law of giving.
Giving.
And we have a beautiful picture of Sherdil, Kerdil, and it's a pictorial which carries this message that whatever you give for the good of others, be it time, love, I added one term, blood,
Blood.
or money, God keeps on returning to you in much greater abundance.
Correct.
If you do not give your blood will perish within yourself. If you give it, you'll save 4 lives. What a wonderful thing.
True. In conversation with Mukesh Bhai, he just spoke about that he is a lawyer, he is also a chartered accountant, but a pride of Ahmedabad, when we are talking about being a blood donor, he can be also understood as a Trimurti Pratibha. Apart from being a chartered accountant and a lawyer, he is a person who has created Red Cross at a global landmark for Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad Management Association, his efforts till today has been recognized at global level, at India level, and also Japan Consulate General, he himself, he is here in Ahmedabad. So a pride of Gujarat with Trimurti Pratibha. Sir, what has been driving you and what will drive you for your future, with one important question which you have just now received, the presidential award for blood donation activities. Sir, it is tremendous, these activities and this kind of persona. What do you think your work and your legacy will be in future?
Thank you, Unmesh bhai. You brought up nostalgia.
Yes,
It
sir.
was such fond memoirs, starting with my own, the premises in which I am here, AMA. My association with the Ahmedabad Management Association, and as you know, when I talk of my own profession, I think again AMA enjoys the unique record of having now more than 44 years
Yes.
of the budget analysis being done here at AMA. We enjoy a unique record of having more than 25 Indian Wisdom Weeks. AMA is perhaps the only association again in the world which can you think of 60 activity centers? In Red Cross, we have our what we call as Navratnas. We have our Centurion Blood Donors Club and Women Blood Donors Club and Handicap Blood Donors Club, the Thalassemia Care Awareness Prevention Mission, the 25 by 25 and whatnot. Here, in one single place we have housed this, and touchwood, I think we've been so fortunate, president after president, and every one of the staff included. I'm glad to acknowledge the efforts of you, your team, and even your predecessors.
Yes.
We've been singularly fortunate. So what an AMA has proudly, in fact, this building, I need to remind when people come to AMA that AMA building is, as on date, this record is not taken over by anybody. We have been acknowledged as the best educational building in the world in terms of its very landmark architecture also.
Yes.
So that also is a matter of great pride. Our blood center, which you mentioned today, on a very spacious land of 1500 square yards, 35,000 square feet of construction over four stories. We are not just the largest, but we are in a way the creatively very unique and the very best. I would invite people to come and see. We are the only one where we have what we call as a bloodopedia. You'll wonder what is bloodopedia. We have an encyclopedia. This is a digital encyclopedia on blood, and our team has worked so hard. There is no parallel to this. We have a thalassemia where we have used technology to promote this very message. We are having a sound and light show on donation, and we call it as Jivan Utsav.
Jivan Utsav.
And
Yes.
no, while we have our patrons, great patrons from Zydus and Symphony and the Chudgar family and whatnot, but even our own beloved Home Minister Amit Bhai was so inspired in the memory of his father. He said, "I would like to support this very unique cause of Jivan Utsav," and this has the tagline, as I said, Jivan Paryanta Dan Anta Samay Angdan
Angadan.
is very much into the core. Zydus, Pankaj Bhai supported Meha, Sharvil's wife. We are the only in the whole country an immersive experience center, immersive art experience center promoting this very noble cause of blood and organ donation. And whatever we've been able to do, I think we've done it in style. So we are very proud and happy. I would invite, just as AMA has got so many outstanding things to boast. Again, well, with all humility, I take the Trimurti because,
You are, sir.
of course, no, of course, along with management, I've also nursed the causes of blood donation and Japan,
Japan.
the friendship between Japan and India. And just by a happy coincidence, it's been from 72, 53 years of Red Cross, culminating into this very highest honor of the Presidential Gold Medal. On the Japanese front, I was fortunate to receive, in fact, in 2017, the highest honor, which was known as the Order of the Rising Sun. And again, I consider that it is a pride of Ahmedabad and Gujarat that it has given me an opportunity of service because nobody thought in 72 years of the diplomatic relations between Japan and India that India should have an honorary consul from
Yes.
Japan, for Japan. And that honor was bestowed on me. And I am very happy because AMA has been the showcase for us. As far as Japan related activities, our Japan Center, our Japanese Garden, the Kaizen Academy, and our cultural language. Today, I think Gujarat has become the hub of the Japanese.
Yes.
And as our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji says, he did us great honors when he opened the garden
Yes.
and the academy, Kaizen. He said that it was his dream and vision to see and make Gujarat the mini Japan of India. And after all our efforts here that we have collectively put together, he acknowledged it by saying that my dream has come true.
Yes.
So I think sky is the limit. We can keep on doing things.
True.
Always. There is no end to it. And Unmesh bhai, I would say that you can never do it just yourself.
Yes.
You need team power. And I always say that if you have to fulfill your dream, you need a team.
Team.
And dreams can be fulfilled by teams. I've been exceptionally fortunate, and while I'm in conversation with you, it's very challenging for me to take individual names, but I've been blessed
Yes.
by Lord Almighty. Wherever I have been and wherever I have worked, I have been singularly fortunate to get all the power through the team that I have worked with. And I would say, let Lord Almighty give me all the power that He can, you know, that I can carry His wishes. You know, we are all instruments. He is the Supreme and Almighty. He gives us the strength. He gives us the wisdom. He gives us the imagination. And if we can just accept it and adapt it in the true spirit, there you are.
Taking this words from Sri Mukesh Bhai as in conversation with that God is with us for our mission, our vision, and our passion. And his journey has been all throughout a knowledge sharing journey, an inspiration to all of us as a society. And while we are celebrating the World Red Cross Day, Thalassemia Day, let us celebrate the humanity forever. Inspirations are here in our society, the pride of Ahmedabad, the Trimurti Pratibha, and what not we can say about Sri Mukesh Patel. Let us learn something, let us give something back to the society, and what he has been doing it here, let us continue it forward to the society. Towards the closing remark, something for the youth of Ahmedabad, as you are a pride of Ahmedabad. What is your message for youth?
Well, my message for the youth is don't forget what I just shared with you, the universal law of giving.
Universal law of giving.
Whatever you give for the good of others, God keeps on returning to you in much, much greater abundance.
Perfect.
So give, give, and give, and you will keep on receiving. This is, I think, the eternal truth. Eternal truth. And when we say positivity, you know, attracts so much of magnetism of positivity around. And I'm glad that I've also been amongst my own individual efforts that I've tried to. I would like to mention specifically something that has personally charged me up always and through which I have tried to reach out to others, and that is Inspirations Unlimited.
Yes.
You know, because these are the things, you know, as I let me end this, and
Yes.
this is particularly a message for the youth. You know, to my young friends, I sometimes, when I converse with them, Unmesh, I say, okay, when did you eat last? Okay, right, તમે કેવો સવાલ પૂછો છો? What kind of a question you are asking? Of course, you know, can we survive without eating? We ate. Somebody will say, you know, just this lunch this afternoon and it's evening now, we'll go home and have dinner. Somebody will say, I had a very hard day, I just had a breakfast and I, you know, did not get time to have a lunch. Finally, I'll get some dinner. And somebody will say that, you know, I have not even eaten anything, a morsel of food for 24 hours. You don't eat something, you don't feed your body for even 24 hours, you keep on talking about it. So I asked my young friend that, I asked you when did you feed your body and you are so perturbed or concerned about it. But if I ask you, when did you last feed your mind or spirit? What is the answer?
Yes.
Start scratching his head. I have nothing to complain about social media. It's very important. Cell phones have a great role to play.
Yes.
But at the same time, beyond cell phones and beyond social media, I think we need to introspect and go deep dive into our mind and spirit and also ask, have we taken care of feeding our mind, feeding our soul, and what is it that is real food or fuel for the mind and the soul?
Fantastic.
Good thoughts, good ideas, good readings, inspirations. So while you take everything in life, always remember that if you do not Because you cannot say that I took my bath this morning, so I'll not take for a week. You need to bathe every day. I think in the same way, we have had at our Indian Wisdom Weeks where celebrities have come and said, you need prayer.
Every
How
time.
many times in a day? Because it's
Correct.
prayer has got that strength. You need to draw inspiration from something. So I think it
This is a
is it
message.
is learning about taking care as much of your mind and spirit as you do of the body. And this message I would like to give to my dear young friends.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a share deal and care deal conversation for the society, pride of Ahmedabad. And maybe in future, if I can say that, જેમ આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ છીએ કે લોહીનો સંબંધ છે, એમ અમદાવાદ will always remember તમારો અમદાવાદ સાથે લોહીનો સંબંધ છે, because you have contributed a good
Thank
number
you.
of activities
Thank you
and
so
a
much.
message to the society. So let us continue this legacy of care deal and share deal. Let us support the society with humanity and humility. Thank you very much. Keep watching us. Thank you very much.